felt like playing some Vanessa today. As you can see, between my last video and now, my rank has gone up a little bit. There's a certain amount of decay, and while experimenting with some early aquatic lines, I lost a few games, so my rank has gone up. I do still think weapons is the best thing you can do in Vanessa, but I've been trying to experiment more with aquatic lines, especially early, just to see the strength of these items. I like the idea of trying to make a tier list. I think it would potentially be interesting and informative to make, so potentially look for that in the future. And so as part of that, I was trying to look around the other item builds to see what I thought about them. The hotfix just dropped, the second hotfix for this. Second hotfix for this is, I think, second. I'm not going to go through it in detail, but to cut a long story short, they nerfed a lot of oppressive late game builds, namely Buster and Hang Glider on Stealth, which I think were both very overtuned. Buster was like broken tier good. It had instant start time with like a 2-second pogo stick, and it would just destroy your entire board. You didn't even need the repair drone if you got the repair skill, which was moved from being neutral to stealth specific, and it was really easy to find. So this build was really progressive late game. I generally don't think it was beatable by many builds unless you had like Radiant on everything. And the Buster also does % health damage. Anyway, Hang Glider also was very strong in my opinion, considering you could find it on silver and just take it all the way to late game. It's like it's like the equivalent on Vanessa would be pre-nerf flagship. You could, if you know, when the flagship used to do 50, 100, 150 damage, you could just buy it and then take it all the way to late game. So I think that definitely required a nerf. Other than that, Jules got some changes a bit. So Swan was moved from silver to gold, so it's more difficult to consistently build a freeze lock board, which I think is good. It was a bit too strong when it was assembled. And Carnot got nerfed with some changes to his max HP crit builds at the end. So Caracal went from being bronze to silver, and the large rune sword or whatever went from dealing 50% max HP damage to 10%, which it used to be that, and then it got increased to 15, and now it's been changed back. Overall, I think some changes that were potentially necessary. Those builds were definitely a bit centralizing towards in the late game. Sometimes you'd have what I thought was a very strong build, and it would just lose to those boards because they were, you know, more betterer. So hopefully, with the Titans taken down, there's more space for me to get some free wins. Vanessa didn't get touched at all in the hotfix, which is very nice for me. So let's jump in. I also have a fan blowing on me right now. Not like that. It's just a bit hot right here, so if you can hear that, apologies. I'll try and get rid of it in the editing. But anyway, like I said, I do still think weapons is the best thing you can do on Vanessa. So if I do find that, I will. I don't like taking Silver Friend much. I think it's very hard to make use of an off-class friend. And Mittel is good, so I'll just click Mittel here. None of these I want to buy. I could take Coral Armor now and just start juicing it, which I think I will do. I do like Beach Ball because it allows Catfish, which I think is pretty good. I'll go to Jungle Ruins, and I'll just take the loot for now. JJ's too generic of a vendor. There's a very low chance I'm going to get enough aquatics to juice this. So with a boring defensive board, I can just really beat anything. I'm going to sell this just to see what skill I get now. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to make a squares board, but on day one I could potentially get 10% crit on my items. So we're just going to wait for the sandstorm for this Haunted Kimono fight. The extra scrap is nice. It also gives 3 extra gold, so very nice. Looking for aquatic vendor. I'll probably just take both shops, to be honest, unless it's Isla. I mean, even if it's Isla, I'll probably take this shop anyway. Friends is okay. If I find Catfish, I'm pretty happy here. If I wasn't trying to improve the Coral Armor, I probably wouldn't buy this on day one. It's 2 gold, and I'll never play this on bronze. I need this to be silver minimum for it to be playable, but I will take it now. If I was thinking of going weapons, I'd pick up Pet Rock, but it's very expensive. The roll is also expensive, but I will take it because I have the extra loot. But I did find the Catfish, which I'm happy about. I will also take the Illusory just to buff this Coral Armor. Not going to bother selling stuff to buy the Marlon since I'll never play it. More and more I'm going enchanted small item anyway. My philosophy used to be as long as I have a full board, even on weapons, I'd take... if I was playing a burn board, so like if I had pop snappers, lighter and vents, I'd dig for a burn skill, and I probably still would do that. But I used to, even if I had weapons, if I had a full weapons board, I'd dig for a skill, but I think now just snap clicking enchanted bronze small is probably just the way to go, because the weapon skills, especially on art bronze, are pretty lackluster. 5 damage across the board, 5% crit, that kind of stuff. An enchanted small item has the chance to be usable now and scale better into the late game. I think for aquatics especially it's worth doing, because there's no real skill that makes my board like much stronger, but if I find like enchanted catfish, enchanted shrimp, enchanted coral, enchanted seaweed, etc., I'd play all of those. I didn't find anything cool, unfortunately. Probably not interested in playing Turbo Prawn. I'll just take the revolver. If I do end up perhaps pivoting back to a weapon build, the revolver is nice. I don't plan to go to Colt. Don't plan to go to Isla, so I'm just going to take the bronze tier weapon. We'll see what our board ends up looking like today. This is 2 loot, which is super nice. So I'm going to break this. Extra cooldown. I'm going to put this on my catfish. 2 health, which I can't make use of. So I want my board to be like this minimum. Beach ball hastes 2 aquatics. So if I leave the board like this, it will haste itself and catfish. If I put another aquatic on the board, it will split between the 3. So if it doesn't haste the catfish, it will be hasting itself and the coral armor. So if I don't get the scaling, I'm getting the defense and it's speeding itself up. So it's fun like this. If I put a 4th aquatic on the board, then it has a chance to only hit the coral armor and the Barracuda, for example, which would be a bad outcome since it's not hastening itself. My goal is to get as many hits on the catfish as possible. Splitting between 3 is fine because one of the targets is itself. Splitting between 4 I think is bad because it could just miss itself completely. So it's going to be like this at least, and I could just put the revolver on board for extra damage, so that's okay. Pig, I think it's a pretty decent matchup for me. It's very hard for him to burst me, especially with this amount of shield. If he has some sort of poison, I could be scared. But as long as the haste hits are good, I think I should take this guy out. It's got a bit of shield. I don't think this is a scaling option, right? Yeah. I guess it's a scaling health, which is kind of spooky, but I think my shield should be good enough to protect me from most of this stuff. I only hit the catfish once so far. There's a second hit finally. And you can just see just how much the boosted coral armor is. I also get the artillery spot. I think I crit once on this, so that's nice. And you can see just how slow it takes for my poison build to kill. I think if you're going to play something like poison with catfish or burn with shrimp, you have to have one of Vanessa's defensive items in the form of coral or coral armor, or even seashell or pearl. Basically, Vanessa doesn't have a lot of good scaling defense, but she tends to have really efficient single items. Like this, if I juice this, it could be like 200 shield very quickly. Coral can be like 200 heal for 5 seconds, which is really good, and in only a small slot, which is really, really powerful. Pearl can trigger a lot if you have a lot of aquatic triggers, and shield for a lot as well. And seashell scales based on how many aquatics you're playing. So I wouldn't say her defense is good, but she has a lot of singular efficient defensive pieces, and you have to try and leverage those while you're playing one of your scaling builds. So that's what it's going to be. I'd love to get some directional haste, and what I mean haste that targets the catfish directly, because this can miss, and the wider my board gets, the more aquatics I'm going to end up playing on board most likely, and so I'm going to need to find something to directly haste this, not rely on this, because this missed a decent amount and it was spooky. No interest in going to Colt, no interest in getting a weapon, so I'm going to go to the Lost Crate here. I could go for a skill, to be honest. I have a lot of gold. I have, what is this, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think skills for aquatics is not the best, though. Yeah, especially because I want to buy-sell a lot for the corolla, so I'm going to favour gold a bit more here, because I completely step over my words. No interest in going to Quixel just because she's not a specific vendor. I'm looking for non-weapons via Kina or aquatics via Nautica, so I'm just going to go to Jungle Ruins, get the extra gold from the loot. Another skill is nice. Let's see who you are. Your leftmost toy. This is a toy. Cool. Extra shield on my coral armor. I actually should have not sold that, because if I got a pearl, I'd probably put the shield on the pearl because it's more efficient. Anyway, Calico I can definitely beat because eventually this pop snapper will run out of ammo, and this damage doesn't scale, it'll just eventually get 100% crit, but I can still live through that. The other idea is to go to Rogue Scrapper and just get extra loot from these guys, which is pretty close actually, that's not bad. But if I get the aquatics, every small item is aquatic, I can juice this coral armor even further, so it's a rare time where I want this skill. Not desperately, but I'll take it, so I'm pretty confident I can beat this guy. My shield is quite low, and if I ever get a 10% crit on the shield, I think I can never lose after that, so we'll see. So eventually both these items will have 100% crit, which can be spooky, but I think my shield is enough to live them both, and if I ever get a crit on anything here, I'm fine. It doesn't seem like it's happening, but there we go. Not what I wanted. Love to go to Kina. Gonna try and boost this as much as possible, get as many upgrades as I can. Sell you. Take this upgrade, because this is 2 sources of directional haste for the catfish, which is nice. We'll take the illusion rate upgrade because it's very efficient. We'll take seashell for that defense. Let's have a roll. Gonna sell the long john to make source for the space for the chum. Chum is free because it buys for 2 and sells for 2, and while that, and it still increases the coral armor, so obviously I'm gonna buy this. And I'll sell the piranha, and I will buy the seaweed. Probably will buy the lighter as well, just because I have 1 source of burn, because so I could eventually play Zorsid on this board, which would be nice. I'm gonna sell the Moonily because I'll never make use of this. I can use this on the seaweed if I want. I don't think bronze seaweed is good enough to play on board, not with a lot of triggers, but we'll see what our board ends up looking like. 4 gold for every friend. I didn't get the aquatic item, I probably would have picked that over it. I could also just get a loot because I benefit from a lot of loot here. But this is guaranteed 4 gold, this is only going to be 3 gold. Take the 4 gold. Shelby is very nice, I would love this upgrade because it takes the scaling from 3 to 6. Not going to bother buying Marlin because it is expensive. So I will just take the roll here. Didn't get the upgrade. Shrimp is nice because I can play it with the illusion ray for another source of damage here. That doesn't rely on haste. We'll take the jellyfish. I need to make some more space here now, so I'm going to have to start selling stuff. I'm never going to play this. We'll take you. We'll take you. Okay, let's see what the board is going to be now. So I'd love to play the shrimp on board because it scales better than the catfish because it's not relying on getting hit by the haste, so I can just put like other random crap on board with it. So something like this is nice. I could also put seaweed, but I want it like this probably. I could also just play the catfish on board for a backup plan. Let's see, who's my opponent? Dooley Dooley Dooley. So he could be shield scaling actually, which is pretty spooky. It's kind of close actually. I think I'll just keep it like this for now. Didn't get a win, so I have 1 win on him. He does have a bit of shield, and I guess this is Ignition Core with only 1 burn item. Oh no, this is going to be his core, sorry. It's pretty spooky actually. If I didn't have so much shield, I would be a bit less confident, but hopefully this is good enough. It's my first shrimp. Gotta wait for the second one. This is going to be the key thing here. There's my second activation. We shield so much there, now I'm out of burn. Hopefully the sandstorm makes a difference here, because we've got a lot of shield. I just need my haste to hit items I can make use of. So if it hits either of these, it's pretty sad. And now let's just hope the sandstorm takes him before it takes me. Which I think it will do. Yeah. Still pretty close, to be honest. Yeah. I could have just played Catfish here and would have been a more consistent win, but it's okay. This is tough. I have a lot of small items I really want, but loot is also a lot of gold. I have probably sell the seaweed, chum, this and this is my sale value. We'll go to Andy just because smalls are so valuable right now, and I can start getting silver smalls as well. I will start juicing coral. I will have to take the clamor just because I'm playing slows, and I will put these on this now because it's much better than putting on the seaweed. We'll take the narwhal. Roll is really expensive here. not really willing to sell anything in my stash to buy stuff, so I'm just going to move on. Skill also kind of sucks here. I'd much prefer the gold, but I don't have space for either, so I'll just take the skill. 5% crit on non-weapons is okay. I'll probably put the clamor in just for now because it doesn't matter. I can't beat Corsair with this board, but I can if I am willing to play my catfish instead, so I probably will do that. And I'm probably just going to put... So I need haste, which is this, to hopefully hit my catfish. I got my shield on to live the enemy's burn. Eventually, once my poison builds up more than their regen, I beat them, but it's going to be slow because of the random targets. And I'm also just going to put as much shield as I can as possible to give myself time. Here we go. I mean, if I put up enough shield, the sandstorm should just give me the win, but I would let the extra poison tick to make a difference here. And I also put the crit on because eventually my items can reach near 100% crit, and then they'll just do double value, which would be very helpful, especially since my hastes are going to miss. So let's see, every haste that doesn't hit the catfish is more time I have to wait. Another miss. And this is why you really need directional haste if you're going to be playing catfish, because I can't, you know, if this was a real fight and this was still at 9, I'd be crying. Now I've got the extra shield. My shield items are critting enough to give me, and I've got a decent amount of poison as well, so that's enough to combat his regen. Very good. Wouldn't mind heavy bonfire for my shrimp. Triple liner is okay. I mean, it takes up a lot of space. Compass is great. Any of these slow ones are great, so let's have a look. Coconut is just 30 health, which is fine. Okay, it looks like I'm still going to be playing shrimp for now, just because I don't have any direct haste for my catty fishy. It's going to be like this, and then I'll probably play the coral for now. Could play the lighter for extra burn, but I don't believe in it that much. None of these need to be upgraded. I would upgrade this as well, but it doesn't need to. I don't really want to keep in the beach ball now, so I'm just gonna upgrade. I think my this goes to 15. It's not bad either, to be fair. I think I will just upgrade the coral armor because it's probably going to stay on the board longer than the coral because it's already been juiced a little bit, which is nice. Let's go see what Nautica has to offer me. Okay, interesting. So if I'm going to be buying and selling aquatic items for coral armor, I might as well buy ambergris anyway. And for the same reason, I might as well buy Cove. The question is, can I make space for it? Probably not going to be using this revolver. Probably not going to be using this. Probably also not going to be using catfish. We'll keep this guy. Going to sell this. Probably don't need this. So I have a lot of space to sell. So let's sell Chum. Take the Cove. Sell this. Sell this. Buy the ambergris. Have a roll. Can sell this. Can sell this. Can sell this. Don't really want to buy pufferfish. I'm just going to buy the pearl for now. Let's keep going and hope for a good econ node here. Kino is nice, but I'm just going to take the economy. The powder one is actually nice because it gives me reload for my shrimp, so that means I don't just run out like in that last fight with Dooley. So here we go. Pretty happy with this. Is this worth keeping for 50 heal? Let's see who our opponent is. Pig, so he's probably not going to be poisoning me, he's going to be burning me. So this is 70 shield. This was 10, depending on triggers, but this does run out of ammo eventually, so I think it's probably better to just have Seashell on. Let's have a look. What could he have to beat me here? Scaling burn or scaling max HP? Could be scary. I'm guessing this is Money Furnace plus a massive self-sacrifice to just play Money Furnace. Oh, it's this one. Kiua, is that how you say it? Anyway. It's spooky, it's a lot of burn to start off with. My Silver Illusion Ray is handing out slows like a madman though, because he's got a very small board, so should be okay. And look, Coral Armor is shielding me for so much for free. This is so efficient for one slot. Very nice. Okay, how do we make this board better is the question. I'd love to see Sea Dog Saloon, which will hand out a load of slow triggers for my Mantis Shrimp. I'd love to get Barnacuda, could get Dock Lines as well, just for extra slows. I will go to Andy. Richardson is nice if I do find Sea Dog Saloon, but it's hard to buy it now because, well, I say that, but this is 2 hastes, and this is... I think I can slot it in over Seashell, actually. I've convinced myself. I will buy the Pop Snappers as well. Not going to roll. We'll just take the medium because I'm low on gold. EDC is interesting as well. Let's get rid of this guy for now. Take the EDC. Could potentially play EDC if I find a Yeti Crab. Don't have the best amount of haste to start it up is the only problem, but I have shield, which is nice to give me some time. I would really like +1 ammo on it though, is the problem. That's the real big problem with EDC. And Blood Reef Raider can give me extra ammo, so let's go for it.
Captain a ship.
Okay, so if we get the ammo stash, I'd be very happy to play EDC. Well, it'd be one part of playing EDC. The other thing I'd need to find is Yeti Crab. Let's have a look what we get. Got a bar of gold, which is nice. I have to sell something. Narwhal is taking up space.
Now this is how you win a war.
Let's have a look. There's not many specific skills I'd like to see. It's not like I'm playing weapons and I want something, or I'm playing burn and I want something. I'm just going to try and take a good high quality skill here. Freeze would be okay, like on haste freeze, on burn freeze. Crit scaling with slow is fine since I've got, you know, infinite ammo for Mantis Shrimp. +1 ammo is great. That lets me play EDC if I do find my little boy. I mean, if I didn't already have this on silver, I might just go to Kev's here, but I could finally upgrade to gold. Vanessa has such a small pool of heal and shield items that your chances of finding upgrades are pretty high, actually. Could just get extra gold though. How much is my Cove? Cove is on 12, Ambergris is on 4. Let's have a look. Upgrade is not worth it. This upgrade is definitely worth it though. And I'm not going to roll here. Is there a tool I would take? Docklines is a tool, but I'm incredibly poor. I'm just going to take the gold. I could also go to Farai here. I'm just going to take the gold here. Oh my lord, here's Yeti Crab. Wow, what a turn of events. I could just play this now, to be honest. Let's have a look. I didn't expect that to materialize in the last few seconds. So it's going to be something like this, probably. Keep my shield on, and then just play as much defense as I can. So this is this. Could even still play Shrimp for a bit of extra punch. I think I want the haste, maybe. Is better. Something like this. Just so, following the same philosophy, if I'm not hasting my damage items, I'm hasting my shield to give myself more time. Is this better than just putting Shrimp on board? Haste 2 items. And it can hit like literally anything. This is 1 ammo as well, which is really nice. This is so much slow as well, which is the other thing. Like, Illusory slows so much, and it does increase the Mr. Richardson in the same amount that the Beach Ball does, 4 every 2. If this wasn't 300, I'd feel a bit worse about putting this, but I think this is okay to do. Famous last words, I guess. Let's have a look. Stell with no wins, pretty happy to see. And it does give me an extra multicast, which could be relevant. My Barnacuda should be enough to at least get 1 activation on the EDC. Like fast with 3 ammo, it should be fast enough to give me 1 activation quickly. It's after that I'm going to be a bit worried about, but this is 300 shield, so hopefully we can get that. Hand out a lot of slows as well, which is super nice. This is my first set. Pretty good. Not the best directional haste. I'd love this to be a Barnacuda hasting exhausted, because that will give me one activation relatively quickly, and then the EDC will recharge the Zorsid for the next activation, which is what I'm looking for. Okay, amount of shield, probably not the best. I don't think it was worse than putting the beach ball on board. Okay, I think I can sell the beach ball in this, so I'm just going to move things around so my brain isn't hurt. Let's put all these guys like this. Happy to sell these guys. I mean, apart from exactly EDC, there's not much I want to see. I could get figurehead as well. I'm not super poor either, so we'll have a look. Oh, Cervicer, cool. There is figurehead, wow. I'm calling things into existence, which is nice. Definitely going to put figurehead on board. Probably can replace the shrimp package with this. So this is all aquatic items have 10% cooldown on the left, and this just gives this a great amount of cooldown. Shrimp can go. I'll keep this in case I do end up turning into Lighthouse. This goes from 11 seconds to 9.9, which is definitely significant. Would like to replace this Richardson with a Zorsid if I can. That's my next plan. Quicksil's a bit too generic for me. The reroll is also very expensive, so I'm just going to take the econ option here. And I would like haste. This could hit Zorsid. Didn't, but would have been cool if it did. I'm just going to play this on board because it's one extra gold today, which could be relevant. Scoville fight I probably lose just because his burn will hit me very quickly, but Envoy I'm not afraid of. I could also take Cog just to be better. I could also fight Clock just to get Cog, which is better than what Barnacuda is doing. Skills aren't bad either. Envoy gives me Cinders, which I don't care about. Cooldown would be nice actually, and the odds are pretty decent, but it will be hard for it to hit the EDC, so I'm just going to go to Clock here in this case. Rare for me to want to fight Clock, but it's always good to look at the options available to you and consider which one you actually want to take. As Atomic Clock hit my EDC, I just saw the cooldown go up. Yeah, this is pretty brutal with no true directional haste. Mr. Richardson is definitely not worth playing on board now. Okay, got some haste trigger, so I can get the shield from this. Probably better to just play this instead of Mr. Richardson. 7 gold is a lot. Silver item. I do get 1 extra gold to sell to the Cove, so if it's small it would be 4, if it's medium it would be 8. Okay, I'll try my chance here. It was small, unfortunately. Lost out. Is there any skill upgrade I would care for? Most of these are not bad, actually. Tinker upgrade is fine. Gunner upgrade is okay as well. Peaceful Eye is not bad. We'll look for a skill upgrade here. There's some I would take. It's not bad. If either of these crit, I'd be pretty happy. I think I'm just going to take the income here. It's very hard for me to shop at Kina now. I mean, I do have sale pressure, but free income is very, very valuable. I'm ahead on win. I haven't lost yet, so even if I do lose now, it's not that bad. I mean, I'd hate to see it, but I think I can just take the income now and sets me up from day 6 onwards pretty nicely. This is going to be tough. Connaught can be a pretty bad matchup for me if he just goes first. And he can heal a lot if he's a defensive build, which I think I should be able to get through actually. I'm not too afraid of that. I do need to put this in over the dagger. So my start time is still a bit slow, which is spooky, but hopefully I should be okay. I do have a 400 shield coral armor to protect me. It is a defensive board. It gives me time for my EDC to go off 3 times. If it's enough to punch through all the healing he does, that's all we have to see, basically. I only get 1 more activation, unfortunately. If this had 1 more armor, I'd be very confident I beat him. The other thing is I do heal for a lot here. I do overshield for a lot, so it's going to be a fight for whose overshield beats whose. And I am poisoning for 400 now, so I should be able to just tick through him once his heals run out. I say that, he is actually getting back to full. Yeah, let's see the Sandstorm. Oh, he does just beat me. If I had 1 more ammo, if this was fast, I would beat him, but he got pretty much the perfect board to beat me. And he has crit on... Oh, Warding List. Okay, he has a perfect counter to me. I don't think it matters if I take the econ or not, which is Frustrating, but nice to know. Nice start with 3 extra gold. Okay, let's look for some upgrades. Benefit upgrade is obviously nice. Could even replace this with the catfish because it will get the Yeti crab scaling, so not the worst, but I don't think it's worth it, so let's roll. We'll look for upgrades to any of these items.
What can I get you?
None of these I'm excited to see, none of these I'm excited to see. Fine.
That's okay. It's been nice talking to you.
I think I take a bit too much time for me to be able to defeat Infernal. England doesn't give me anything. Foundation Weaver gives me some scaling. Ticket is also nice, so I will take the Foundation Weaver here. If I can get this a gold, it would make a difference because of the way the Barnacuda is hasting. I'm in desperate need of resources here though. Ticket is nice, it gives me some more confident plans. This is pretty good. So on first activation, haste a burn item. So if it doesn't if the Barnacuda doesn't haste itself, it will haste the EDC, which is pretty nice. So let's go for that.
I'm proud of you.
Freya has a decent chance of showing me EDC, so I will take it. You could also find Primordial from here, so and I probably would play it. Oh wow, okay. I would like all of the above, please. Let's see if I can get that. Because I can play EDC into Primordial, not very easily, but with a bit of setup. How much gold do I need? Also want this upgrade as well. So 24 plus 4 is 28, plus another 8 is 36. Can I get that? Do you have ambergris as well? I think I can get that. I could also sell the ticket if I need to. Let's do it here. So illusory sell. 36, so only 22 gold between my items here, which is definitely 22. Okay, should be fine. Let's buy here. Let's buy here. And then that's giving me extra gold in my ambergris, which I can pop. And then I can pop this as well for the gold needed to buy this. This roll is not worth it, obviously, so I will just do this. And I get a free upgrade as well, which is nice. I'm going to just slam it onto the figurehead for more cooldown. So what I need to play Primordial with EDC is like giga start time for this. I don't even need the scaling. I just need to get this to go off as soon as possible, because then my Primordial will charge. Could I even do it like this? Depends who my opponent is, actually. Stelly. Because this is, depending, let's say I have 6 multicast, it has 3 triggers for Primordial. 1 6 is 6, 2 6 is 12, 3 6 is 18. So every time this goes off, it full charges the Primordial. Because the Primordial only needs 12 burn slow poison triggers to charge itself. So every time the EDC goes off, it full charges the Primordial. The problem is I need to get the EDC to go off as soon as possible. And the best way to do that is probably rowboat. So that's what I have to look for. Is it worth just going for this now? Probably not. I'm just going to keep my original board, especially with all the cooldown I have. I should be fine. 1 extra multicast is probably worth it. I think I also do want Incendiary round, so once the Primordial goes off once, it loops itself. Let's have a look. Slow burn, steam hose scaling. I should be okay unless I hit the freeze on the EDC is not very nice, but I have enough shield to give me time. There's the first poison. It's actually not that good yet because the second activation takes so long. If I find a Zorcid, I can keep playing this, but if not, I think I just have to play Primordial. It's kind of annoying, but that's okay. So let's look for Zorcid. This is not going to give me Zorcid. I'm kind of poor now as well, which is the only thing, so I have to be a bit more careful with my gold. Can also pick up Captain's Wheel here instead, because Figurehead counts as a vehicle, so this will be half to 2 seconds for haste. It's only just a bit quicker than the Barnacuda currently though, because this is every 3 seconds haste 1, this is every 2.5 seconds haste 1. but once this is upgraded, it will be every 2.5 seconds haste 2, which is nice. I will take this. I probably won't roll because I can't afford anything. I'm just going to take the econ options. Don't need to take study, so I'm just going to take the extra econ here for now. 2 gold and an extra item. Okay, I beat pretty much everyone I see. I'm not afraid. Charles I can definitely beat because he doesn't heal. He just puts up a bunch of shield. This will go through his shield eventually. We can test out the primordial here then, I guess. It's worth doing a bit of science here, so I don't need the figurehead. I kind of want as many triggers as possible, so let's do something like this, just to rehaste as much as possible. And then I should put an extra aquatic item. So let's do this and see what it looks like. No, nothing I want from it, just double checking. Charles also gives some good items for primordial. This is a 3-second freeze. This can go down to 4 seconds for multicast freeze, which is pretty good. Obviously, this isn't the best way to test if Charles is good. Primordial is good, sorry, because he's freezing everything, so it's annoying. But proof of concept is definitely there. I don't think it's awful. I think if I could get like an incendiary rounds here, I'd be a lot more happy. Just the start time is a bit slow. Truck is interesting. When you use another item, charge this for 1 second. So primordial will charge this to half, which is okay. Probably not good enough, but it's okay. I like having ticket with primordial because your odds of finding toxic obsidian or fiery enchant are pretty high on the day 9 expedition, so I do not hate to see it at all. I'm gonna go to Zara because for start time haste, if I get any like target aquatic haste or target poison haste, it will give the EDC more haste, which is what I'm looking for at the start.
I'm not a fitness trainer. I train your perception of reality.
Aquatics is good for now. I mean, it can hit anything, this is a problem, but I will still keep it because it works for any primordial board, which is nice. There's a Sea Dog Saloon I don't need. None of these I need. We'll look for the acid. There's the incendiary rounds, which is nice. So I could just do like this, and then do this, if I don't think I need the EDC stacking with Yeti Crab. Pig is pretty scary. What would my board be if it's not this? So something like this, I'm guessing at least. Probably just put in Captain's Wheel instead of Barnacuda. Oh, this doesn't count as a vehicle. I'm mistaken. So I can't even do it like this if I wanted to. It would have to be Barnacuda like this then. And I can put an extra burn on. I don't mind this, but then if this is a pig that is like infinitely HP stacking, I don't think I get to beat it with this board specifically, especially with this not getting the second haste off. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the primordial board, convince myself. Let's put like this. We'll keep the Barnacuda just to keep this hasted. But one multicast will be necessary, so I'll keep the Clamor in for now. Pig coming off one shot, so maybe I didn't need to do all this planning and be worried, but better to be prepared. Because if he does get the Death's Door, and this is a max HP scaling one, so I did make the right call there. Potentially, he could still just like outscale me, because this is like stupid stuff, but let's have a look. Don't think the other board would have been enough, but let's see how wrong I am. Get next activation, easy charges, get next activation. There we go, very nice. Would like this to be upgraded. I think Rowboat would still be better long term. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it would be better long term, but we'll have to see. With Incendiary Rounds, this is the most I can get in terms of multicast on the EDC. I'd have to drop the Incendiary Rounds and put another aquatic to get this back up to 6. Something to think about. Anyway, let's go have a look to Kina. Oh wow, okay. I'm happy to sell this, happy to sell this. Don't mind buying Diving Helmet, because it can make me, if I get like Fiery or Poison enchant on this, which I have a decent chance of if I go to the expedition, I can get rid of EDC entirely and just find loads of small triggers to spam Basically, I don't have to wait on this 10-second cooldown. So I'm going to take this. No reason to upgrade any of these. Let's have a roll. Dot points is fine. And upgrade. Probably worth upgrading the Captain's Bill for now, because it guarantees the perma haste on the EDC, which is what I'm looking for. Frigate gives me another incendiary rounds, which I could use eventually. These are going to be pop stabbers. These give me some start as well. I mean, unless I have slow, I wouldn't make use of this, and officer gives me nothing, so I will just go to the frigate. The frigate. You can get this item from Curio. It's at bronze. It's 3 seconds, 1 ammo, burn 15, and you can just win like 6 free days. But it's rare you go to Curio in like the first 3 days, in my opinion. It does happen. Let's just look. I was talking nonsense, so I didn't actually get to see the perma haste here. So because of the Bernacuda hasting, yeah, this is like perma hasted now, which is nice. Still pretty spooky. Eventually I don't want to have a 10-second start time for my primordial. Well, not 10 seconds. It would be like 7 or 8 seconds between the hasting. But ideally I want to start my primordial immediately. And there are ways to do that, and EDC isn't that. This is another trigger. Let's go to this. Let's take the pop snappers. So if I, for example, get like toxic enchant on this, what I can do is turn these guys into aquatics. So these guys will do like, when they activate, this will give a, I forgot this is heavy. When this activates, it will give like 1 burn trigger, then another trigger from the diving helmet, and also because primordial is aquatic, it will trigger this as well. And then I can put incendiary rounds here to give extra triggers when the primordial goes off, so it basically loops itself. So I can just do like some nonsense like this and just charge the primordial pretty quickly. But that is only if I get a good enchant, which as always I'm prone to miss. So let's just put a normal board in for now. Like this. Yep. We'll take the loot here. We can start finding cooldown at a good rate, which is nice. Don't need to put this on anything yet. Goodbye Coral Armor, you served us well the entire early game. I don't like when it does the order of having 2 shops. Gonna look for the primordial upgrade, it's nice. I could also find Iceberg, which would be nice, or Coral Armor. This only shields for 50, mine was shielded for 400, what the hell, a scam.
Maybe next time?
I could pay 20 gold to enchant all my ammo items, probably not worth it. Because unless I don't find toxic or toxic, I'm not happy to have any of these things, so I'm just going to upgrade this for 1 extra ammo. Could upgrade this for 1 more cooldown as well, but I don't plan to keep this long term. I don't think it'll make a difference here either. I'd hate to be wrong though. Freeze, but otherwise I don't think I have to be scared of this, right? Julie got nerfed actually. The cooldown of this went up 1 at every level because it was doing some ridiculous charges, but I hate that freeze. Oh, that's really annoying. Wow. I think I just straight up die here because of that freeze specifically. That's tough, man. He had a 2-second freeze and it hit the only item I didn't want it to hit. Okay, let's go to the expedition. Cry about it later. We'll just take the obsidian fight. Don't really make a difference here. So I have 2 lives left basically, which really sucks. I'd really like to win today if possible. If I get a defensive enchant, it's always going on the primordial. If I get a toxic enchant or if I get a fiery enchant, it will go on. If I get toxic or fiery, it will go on the diving helmet. Okay, let's just make some space and do this stuff. I'll save this. Here's my fiery enchant, which is nice. It will go here. I could also take the shielded and pray I get the enchant, get a fiery or toxic on the final hour here, but I don't want to risk it. Would really love a defensive enchant here, but I think the charge time is going to be more important. So I can get out of this stuff I was doing before. Put a shield here, like this. Now I can do this. This as well is okay. Try and see if I can do anything better here otherwise. I should technically haste the one that has the slow one for extra value. And this is aquatic as well, so the first 2 times the enemy uses an item, I do get a charge as well, which is nice. Wouldn't mind a dive weights here instead, just to give me like extra triggers. We'll have to see if I do find it. Don't really want to spend ammo on anything for now, so I'm just going to hold on here, take a fight. So Komats is when enemy uses a weapon charge or relic, and Slumping Primordial is a relic, so we'll go for this fight. She is pretty tough. I'd hate to lose her, but I think between the items I have now, I'm pretty confident in my ability to punch through the stuff she's doing. Let's have a look. And I do get some shielding from the diving helmet, which is not insignificant. The Primordial charges itself 4 charges from the diving helmet and 4 from the incendiary rounds. So it charges itself 3/4, which is very nice of it. I'm not going to make use of that. EDC, well, don't want to get rid of the EDC just yet. Should probably put the ammo on this pop snapper just because it's the one hitting the incendiary rounds. Toxic is nice for the incendiary rounds. I'd love a defensive enchant on my Primordial Sword. So Primordial will loop itself now because the incendiary round is toxic, so it gets 8 charges from, it goes off 4 times. It gets 4 twice from the incendiary round, which is 8, and an extra 4 from this fire, which is 12. 12 by 2 charges, 24, which is basically 25. So it will charge itself fully. I'm just going to put this ammo here for posterity, and let's see if we get cooked by an optimal style build. Now I just need Primordial level 2. I would like that Clamor upgraded, and I would like some defensive enchant. I'd hope to not have to die to get the defensive enchant. This was nerfed. Please God, let me be enough to kill it. It does have a freeze here. Okay, it was a whiff. My Primordial is self-charging now. Yeah, if this was shielded, I wouldn't even be scared. But it's not shielded, so I am scared a little bit. Start time's also good. If I get a holster, I'd probably put it in. So I just want anything that gives 2 triggers. I actually don't need these to be pop snappers. This could be a lighter. I gave the wrong 1 ammo here. I want the heavy. I should have put it on the heavy one, but we'll pay for that later. Is there any item any skill upgrade I would like here specifically? This is not bad. This is not bad. Yeah, all of these skill upgrades are not bad actually. Yep, this is good. So I haste 2 aquatic items. All of my items are considered aquatic now. Is there something from Mac I would take? Let's have a look. I have 74 gold because I went to the expedition. None of these. I could actually buy this and make it an aquatic item, and then just give my Primordial guaranteed lifesteal, which is not bad at all. Let's have a look. And I also want it to be like this for obvious reasons. Charge an adjacent relic. For 2. This is a relic, but I don't think 2 charge is going to be very significant. It's kind of hard actually. There's a load of skills I'd like to take, but I think I will just try getting the freezes, because every free charge of my Primordial, once my Primordial goes off once, it will loop itself. So I'm just trying to get there as safely as possible. So every freeze gives me 1 extra charge and buys me time. So I'm going to just pick up freezes now. Poison freeze, in 3 seconds I poison. I also get the... Ah, well, this was slow as well. So I will take the poison freeze. Potentially this I can do without this now. I don't need... If I get 4 XP, I won't get the overlevel anyway. I also wouldn't take this skill, to be fair. Don't have any crit chance. I'm just going to go to Lord of the Wastes because he gives me cooldown, which I would like to see. Let's see if I can do without the Clamor. The freeze there. So on second activation I do charge. I think the Clamor makes a difference. I'm going to keep the lifesteal in play for now. Truthfully, I could even put the Runic Potion and make it aquatic so it's part of the charge, and then put the Clamor back in, which I think is probably better, even though it's only 2 ammo. Because I do trigger in 2 activations anyway, so that's fine. Like 2 cycles of all my items, so 3 seconds, make it 4 with the... So 3 times 2, 6 seconds. And I do get the haste, so this is basically 3 seconds. This also boosts that up as well, so I think it should be fine. I'm just going to take the rest here because I am only 1 life left. I am basically Pitchfork. Private Pitchfork doesn't give me anything, is what I'm trying to say. So I will just take the rest here. No reason to be a hero, and we'll take the extra fight here.
Step down and submit to gratification.
Let's have a look. Great. I don't care. This fight doesn't really do anything that spooky because the damage scales linearly on Ice Pick, and that's not the spookiest scale in the world. Having the lifesteal on this is so nice. It's basically having a defensive enchant for free. Once I hit level 13, I get another upgrade, which I would hate to have to spend on the Primordial, but it's a guaranteed upgrade if I don't see otherwise. That's interesting, but I can't make use of it. 1 XP from the level up, so if I had fought an Nexian Trooper, I would have got the level up, but I wasn't expecting another fight, so it's okay. And I got the cooldown from the Lord of the Waste, so it's fine. Doole. Let's see, I did spend my extra shield I got from the rest on that fight, which sucks, but I'll take it. No clue what this is. Is this Korra with Fiery Enchant? Oh, sick. Vat of Acid. And he does have freeze as well. It's gonna be spooky. Let's see where the freezes go, I guess. There's my start freeze, hitting his Chrono Barrier. I'm shielding a lot from the... Well, I'm shielding a decent amount from the Diving Helmet. It did protect my health from getting hit by any of the burn. And the lifesteal also is nice. Shielded for 1,000, which is not insignificant at all. This upgraded doubles as well, which is super nice. So I get lots of value from loot here, because I'd love ammo for this. I'd love ammo for any of these. I'll take burn, I'll take poison, I'll take damage. So pretty good overall. So I would love to start getting crit as well. So if I do see the chance to get that, I will do it. Sell this for now. We'll take this upgrade, so I will look for it. Blunderbuss is cool. Just gonna hold onto the anchor for now. Hopefully I won't need to use it, but I have enough gold that I can buy it. Again, nothing I really want from Mac. Does the cooldown of this go down if I level it? Oh, it's only the ammo that goes up. Just gonna take the XP then. Doesn't make a difference here, probably, but there isn't to be a hero. So if I can get Iceberg on Frost Street Champion, I'd be a happy chappy, but his freezing will just stuff up my entire board, so there's probably no point going for it. Yeah, and he freezes my entire board. I think I probably lose to him, because he's a lot of a harder fight now. I don't want to risk it here. Again, I could get cooldown or crit from Lord of the Waste, so I have to see either. We'll level to 13, and I'm definitely putting on a Primordial. Hate to... Well, I don't mind wasting an upgrade, so it's fine. It's not a waste either. It's not a waste. The upgrade here. This is double damage, which is relevant. Certainly relevant, and I will just look for any other item upgrades I can find. Could just take max HP here instead of being a hero. I think Finn's gives less max HP. I forget exactly how much it is. I'm just going to look it up real quick. I think once this becomes over 200, it's better than Finn's, but I might be wrong. Finn's is 5%, so 1% of my health is 50, times 5 is 250, so it's close. I also get regen. Actually, I will take Finn's only because it gives shield as well. And it was just a bit more actually, so my maths was off. That's fine. Stell coming off Death's Door, but luckily Buster is nerfed, so I'm not afraid. And Hang Glider is nerfed, so I'm not afraid. Oh my god. Normally if you saw Stell past day 10, you'd be shitting yourself, but now I'm not afraid of a Stell board. This will be Hang Glider lifesteal, and he has insane skills as well. It's pretty spooky. Hopefully my shield is enough to give me some time here. I've got a bit of freeze as well. Now I start to self-charge. And... yeah. Glad I put this runic potion in, huh? Because without defensive enchant I would have just lost to this guy. Obsidian lifesteal hang glider, by the way. I did more damage, sorry pal. Okay, pretty good. Let's try and park the bus here. I could go to politics as I find something fancy, but this upgrade would be nice, and a Clamor upgrade would be nice as well, because it gives me more start time, because it goes... Clamor scales really interestingly now, actually, and by that I mean really well. So the cooldown goes down by 1, and the amount of first triggers goes up, so it's 7 seconds and the first 2 enemy activations this goes, 6 and 3, 5 and 4, which is so much. If this was Diamond, I'd have like 4 extra triggers at the start of the fight from this, which would be nice. And I say all that, I talk like a hero and I don't get it, so it doesn't matter. I'm just going to buy a robot here as well. I will explain this hedge in a second. Really nothing I want from Shelby, huh? Yeah, literally nothing, so I'm just going to take the heal. Can fight Davy at this level. I mean, I can make use of this skill. Can't really make use of anything with Davy, and I don't need the over level either, so no reason to risk it. Here we go. I get a skill from this level. I'd love to get crit. If not, I'd probably just take the diamond option. Need 2 spaces. Go to you. Or I'd take a freeze probably. No freeze, don't care for the poison. I could get on poison. Oh, I don't have on poison actually. I could get on slow freeze. I'll just take that diamond option from my dear. I hope it's not worthless. I don't think I'm burning enough to make me care to take this. Could like be kind of relevant. 50% crit on the Lifesteal Primordial guaranteed is nice. Yeah, I'll take it. The problem is if I roll on deer, I could get some really whack shit, so no reason to do that. This is a defensive enchant, not the best. I mean, Mossy is like the worst defensive enchant because it only scales 10%. So, if I can prove to you. Resto gives damage equal to shield. Heal equal to damage. Shield gives shield equal to damage, but Mossy gives regen equal to 10%, which is fair obviously, because if it was giving regen equal to the damage dealt, you just get to like 60k. I did 10,000 damage that fight, so I just get 10,000 regen and never take any damage. But it means this defense is like not immediate, it's over time, which is kind of spooky. But the runic potion is like I get a free resto enchant anyway, so I'm okay. Let's go to Street Festival. Don't think it really matters what I click here. I have Beans as anything. Mr. Beans. Space laser. Freeze 2. Interesting. Jules, not afraid to see Jules. Unless it's literally freeze lock, I think I'd beat any of her boards because I have healing for burn. No clue what this is going to be though, huh? It must be regen plus the bread knife, yeah, okay. Pretty spooky, as long as she doesn't have 100% crit. I did get a freeze off on the bread knife, which is nice. 50% crit is very spooky. Regen. You did get the crit as well, on 50%, which is funny. Yeah, this guy's board was not very good, huh? I don't really know what you need for this build to work. Maybe he didn't juice it enough? Or he's deadly. Okay, anyway, look at that fight one more time as we reminisce over what this run has been. Well, yeah, 1k regen, huh? Mossy Primordial. Decent amount of damage though, decent amount of regen. Okay, winning on day 12, pretty good. I think I only had 2 losses in the end, which I'm pretty happy about. Oh great. If you hover over the prestige when it changes, it's going to be stuck here, I think. Okay, anyway. Let me take a screenshot before I forget. It went. Oh, because I guess I tapped out. Anyway, a pretty interesting run, and this was a pure aquatic start. It didn't have any weapons. I hope you could see how powerful coral armor is. If you find it early and start juicing it early, the gold coral armor I ended with had like roughly 500 shield, which is huge for a 6-second item. You can get coral the same. I've had silver corals with like 200 heal every 5 seconds, and if you just perma haste it, it's really hard for you to take damage in the first 4 days. Started off playing Catfish, didn't find any direct haste, never found a single Zorsid this game, by the way, which is crazy. So I transitioned into Shrimp because it doesn't require any directional input. I can just have slows going off from Illusoray and this little Clamora. To stack up the Shrimp, I found a Powder Horn to give it some reloading ammo to let it keep going, and I just relied on my Coral Armor to give me stall time while my Shrimp was doing his thing, stacking up and punching people. Lucked my way into, I basically said, let me have EDC, and I got it. And I got the 1 extra ammo from Gunner, but you could see without the, Barracuda hasting EDC is really not enough. You need some more guaranteed. I think Zorsid is still the best. If you can have like Zorsid plus a burn item to get the Zorsid started, then once the EDC triggers once, the Zorsid will charge multiple times because of the burn the EDC is doing, and then just perma-haste it for the second shot, which is what you're really looking for. The first shot from EDC plus the Yeti Crab does about 100 poison, which is not really a lot in the grand scheme of things, but the second will do like 300 on the opponent. It'll guarantee you the kill. So it's getting to the second shot is really what's important. So you need extra ammo, you need the Yeti Crab, and you need some very confident haste. Zorsid is 10 out of 10 times the best option, but as you can see, I put in the Captain's Wheel eventually, once I could, to get the haste. I know that EDC works with Primordial because it gives, you know, one full set of triggers. It's just a bit slow. So once I got the chance to get out of it, I did, in the form of Diving Helmet. If I got a Fiery, Enchant, or Toxic on this, I know it triggers well with the Primordial because it gives it not only starts the Primordial very quickly by turning anything into an aquatic and letting it get a free trigger, but it also lets the Primordial loop. So any small item that goes off quickly and already triggers Primordial once is just twice as efficient. So Lighter is good, Pop Snappers was fine, Bonacuda is good, obviously. In a pinch you can use something like Ice Pick, but got some good options. Found the Runic Potion from Mac to give over Lifesteal since I got dogshit enchants on my Primordial. Well, I got the Fiery Enchant for the Diving Hammer, which is what I wanted. I also got the Temple Expedition and got the Toxic on the Incendiary round, so this means the Primordial will loop itself 100% of the time now, because of 4 times. It gets 4 charges from the burn of the Incendiary rounds, an extra 4 from the Toxic, and then an extra 4 from the Diving Helmet, so that's 12 charges, 12 triggers, 12 times 2 charges, 24, and the Primordial has 24 cooldown, which is perfect. So I knew all I need to do is get the Primordial to go off as soon as possible, and the best way is something like Clamora. So this triggers an aquatic, so if I got this up to Diamond, it would be first 4 times, so that's 4 triggers. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 triggers. This is 1 trigger, this is 2 triggers, so between these I can get the Primordial to start pretty quickly, and once the Primordial starts, it's off to the races. Then I just need to find crit, and that's why I think finding freeze for Primordial builds is really good, because not only does it give you an extra trigger, this is, you know, the freeze is 1 extra trigger for the Primordial, it also gives you time to get the Primordial off once, which is really important. So I would have just taken on first burn freeze, first slow freeze, first haste freeze. I'll take every freeze, and that's pretty much what you used to do before with the old holsters, and when Clamora used to be at the start of fight slow an item. You just take every freeze and every start of every on haste freeze, on burn freeze, on slow freeze, on poison freeze, on slow haste, on freeze haste, etc. And you just take them all and just have and just lock up the opponent's board and then start your Primordial as soon as you could. But they've changed all that now. Anyway, so hopefully you can see you can play aquatics. I will say I think it's worse than weapons still. I think weapons is way more consistent. If I see Isla on the first, I am smiling because I know I'll pretty confidently can build a board. And the most important thing with weapons is, you know, it's easier to win the first few days, and so you can be more greedy with your shopping. You can take skills more readily, you can take gold more readily, so you can play tempo really aggressively. With aquatic, you can see I had to spend a lot of my gold going to shops and boosting up the coral armor, which does work, but if you want my opinion, I think weapons are still way more powerful in the end. But hopefully this shows that you can play aquatics, and I'd like to do more runs in the future if I could, but I mean, I'll play Scimitar to steal a win if I can. I'm not above it.